Welcome to the 3 Dot Podcast. Welcome to the 3 Dot Podcast. We want to start off. Phil's not here this week. He got some medical news, and this isn't like when James wasn't here and I pretended that he was dying in the hospital and he was just being a pussy about a cold. Phil's actually sick. Or not sick, he got some test results. If you know Phil, which a lot of the listeners do, shoot him a text, give him a shout out, let him know you're thinking about him. Just a stressful time for him. I don't know if you wanted to add anything about that.
No, I mean, I think you pretty much covered it, and I hope to have him back in the studio. I didn't know he wasn't going to be here until I just found out, so yeah. Like Nick said, just if you know the guy, reach out to him. If you don't, because that's kind of weird. And
yeah, I don't want to fill him with like fake support and stuff, but like I was texting with him today, and you know he actually is pretty startled by it. So just keep him in your thoughts. He'll be updating us. He said he hopes to be back soon. So going forward, got a YouTube guy. Someone's gonna be working on our YouTube.
Really?
Someone from work got really excited about the idea. Says they've done YouTube stuff, and they were explaining to me a easier way to do it with the files and an easier way to film it. So we might start doing just live, or not live, but filming it tripod style.
Well, fuck it. They're hired, but they're an unpaid intern.
Yes, as we all are. Might have recruited another blog guy, which will be good because we should have that website set up this weekend. I was talking to Murph about that.
Shit, that's quick.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing that. And then for you and Phil, we were talking about today, keep recruiting more listeners, just word of mouth. I mean, like today, people were talking about it. I was just like, yeah, I'm doing a podcast. Oh, what is it? Tell them about it. They ask for it and then send it out. You know, you don't have to just be like blanket. Here it is. Listen to it.
Well, I've started actually an underground marketing scheme.
That's what all this is.
And I'm talking more underground.
Okay.
So
okay.
It started at the rave. I've been writing in the bathrooms in Sharpie, 3 Dot Media.
Have you really?
So I'm not sure if it's going to lead to anything, but
why wouldn't you write?
Our Google searches will go up.
Why wouldn't you write at 3 Dot Podcast, our Twitter handle?
We didn't have it yet.
That was.
So now I can.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd rather make stickers because it's easier than me writing my handwriting
put 'em on
shit.
gas pumps. Start a real underground old school.
Yeah.
I like that.
3 Dot Media did that.
It also was funny when Phil was like, how many followers? I was like, we just made it. Don't ask me a question.
God damn it, Phil.
And like, I just wanted to have it in Twitter. Like, we haven't done anything with it yet, but we're going to start doing that once we have blogs, because then we can post those there. Then once we have YouTube, we can post that there too.
Yeah.
So that'll just all be
easier for people to see
a
us.
good marketing thing.
More touches, as they say in the industry.
Is that what they say in the industry?
I don't fucking know, man. We're winging it. I'm convinced nobody knows shit.
I want to start. Subway is a place I love very much.
Are you fucking with me?
No, I love Subway. Have we not talked about this?
No, that's fucking weird.
I love it. Started out, there's one right by my house and right by the high school in White House.
I'm about to walk out.
No, it's fine.
Out of every fucking sub shop, Subway?
Can I tell my story? It's about people.
Okay.
I'm a meatball guy. I'm a Subway guy. But the one by me was a lot of turnover. There's a lot of high school employees, so they'd be changing a lot. The one in Maumee I go to constantly because it's on my way home from work. Those are lifers. They've dedicated to the life of being a sandwich artist.
Artisan, yeah.
To the point where now I walk in and they know what I'm getting. Or they'll, like that one said, oh, I think it's meatball guy. So I'm meatball guy now to the Subway people. Which
Does that
is
feel
fine.
good?
Well, here's the thing. When it's empty, sure. But today, I went there for lunch. And there's a full line of people. And she goes, weren't you here yesterday? And that's my point, is I appreciate you recognizing, and it's convenient. You walk in, they're already making the sandwich. That's always a nice thing. And I feel like we've lost that in America in general, customer relations. But in a group of people, I don't think it's necessary to say, weren't you here yesterday? Same thing? Yep, this bread? Yep, no, don't do that to me.
At a bar, it feels all right. And you probably know the rest of the people.
That's more of a social climate, yeah.
At Subway, you're making it seem like I have a problem on something that's completely illegal.
Right.
I can eat Subway all
That's
3
my point.
meals.
That's my point.
But you know what? You still have me sold fucking Subway, Nick.
Yeah, I go over like 3 times a week minimum.
There's like Schlotzsky's is by your work. Much better sandwiches.
Schlotzsky's is fine. It's fine.
You got Steak Escape. Much better sandwiches.
Never been there.
Okay.
I don't like change.
Well, it's back to the autism theory. You got
What?
You got Jimmy John's, Freaky Fast.
I do
better.
I like Jimmy John's. I do like Jimmy
Okay.
John's.
And then my favorite is Jersey Mike's.
Here's the thing: they're not right on the road I'm going on.
Yeah, but
That's part of the problem.
Jersey Mike's right by your house.
I don't like Jersey Mike's. I like Jimmy John's. I'm not a Jersey Mike's guy personally.
What about Penn Station?
Mid.
I agree it's mid, but
Yeah, well,
I'm
then
just
what do
seeing.
you-
I'm just seeing.
Slotsky's is fine.
Fuck,
but
man.
Also, like, it's quick.
Subway hasn't been cool
I'm
since
known
Jared.
there. I'm a celebrity there. I'm a meatball guy.
Subway hasn't been cool since Jared.
I don't know if that's someone you want to say is cool either.
They were cool then, is what I'm saying.
They were very cool. Remember he had those big pants he would stretch out?
Then-
God, you could fit so many kids in there.
Yeah, I bet he could. Then they ran into the issue of, they have the same ingredients in their bread as what's in the rubber soles of shoes, and that's why the bread lasts so long.
Yeah.
Then they changed that.
Does it taste good?
It still tastes like mid. I've never had Subway and been like, wow.
What do you get? Maybe that's your problem. Maybe it's on you.
Couldn't even tell you. You
They're
know the last time I
customizable
had
sandwiches.
Subway was when they tried the fucking
See, here's the
flatbread
thing.
pizzas.
You think you're cool by not liking Subway because it's mainstream.
No,
or
I think
something.
you're the only fucking person that likes Subway.
Well, based off the line today, no. There's a lot of people in there
I think
hearing
people
about how
end up
often
there
I'm
on
there.
accident. Convenience and accident.
There is a Thai place next door, so maybe they thought they were going in there. Like, wait a minute.
I'm just in this. The people are
This isn't
sheeple.
right.
I'm just in this fucking line. I don't know what's going on.
That could be it. I'm not saying you're wrong, but
I got
I'm saying,
meatball guy behind me, so now I have to stay.
Well, then, so like all three workers there knew who I was apparently, and so I'm in line, I'm getting my sandwich, I go to the next spot in line, and she goes, oh, and starts doing it. I was like, I knew you were in line somewhere. Like it's just it just was weird, and like if we're alone, then it's like haha, like, but with a group of people, not the environment I need.
Now, in some industries, there's like, rewards programs for a repeat customer, or like, I even heard Clean Juice they reopened in Levis Commons, and they had people in from like corporate, their marketing team, and they're talking about like their VIP customers, right? And like how they target them and will give them different offers or whatever it is. So I wonder if Subway's done that. If like the manager there, who's probably a lifer as well,
They're all lifers.
he's like, you gotta know Meatball Guy. You gotta know him inside and out. You gotta know on Tuesdays
I appreciate
he doesn't want
that.
the mayo.
A mayo on a meatball? Come, grow up. This is your problem. You don't know sandwiches. No, but
I got more problems than not knowing sandwiches. I'll be the first to admit that.
that autism. That was
That's bad. We could have autistic viewers. We're not.
That's what I'm saying. You started it.
Well, I said it's a theory for you. Well, we'll move on from that.
A guy like Subway, and you throw that out there. Jesus.
Yeah. Viewers, if you like Subway, I'm not sorry. Fucking find something else. Grow up.
Well, you were a fan of Subway because of Jared. I remember you telling me that off air. You liked what he does in his personal life, but
Well, I enjoyed that he would invite me over when I was a kid. But other than that, I wasn't a fan.
well, South Park said he had AIDS.
Everybody's got AIDS.
Everyone's got AIDS. What was I gonna say? No. Oh, I was also going through pictures randomly today.
Is Jared in them?
Not those ones.
Okay. Yeah, you wouldn't save those.
Once did a polar bear plunge. Have you ever done that?
No, I've been like dumb with friends and jumped in water that's frozen over, probably naked. Who's to say? But I've never went to one where it's actually an event.
Sure. Okay. Thanks for that insight. We had to do it. It was like part of like a community service thing for like the baseball team in college. And I remember one time we were in
Did
line.
anybody not?
No, you basically you either jumped or you like set up tables or took them down after, which was horrible. I did that one year and I was like, never again.
I'll jump.
Yeah, I will jump. But like we all do like crazy stuff with our facial hair or like our haircuts. Like it was just like a fun. It was more of a fun thing. So like volunteer work didn't matter. Well, then we're in line and this tremendously large man jumps in. And he's run back through the line, and everyone's giving him high fives. And he looks at me, he goes, hug, and puts his arms out.
Hug.
And before I can even say yes, he wraps his arms around me, and then runs away.
See, this is another big man struggle.
Well,
I don't have that.
and then I'm thinking, and I'm like, I still remember that. Do you think he thinks about that? The random person he hugged?
I hope not.
Way back.
I hope not.
Like, I can still like see him like charging at me. Like it was traumatic. It was a traumatic experience.
It sounds like it.
It wasn't a good time.
He sounds like a movie character. Hug.
That's what I mean. You just hug, just like that.
What are you, a fucking human Care Bear?
Do I look like I need a hug right now?
That's weird.
And he's just soaking wet with cold water, too. And then I just wait in line for another 20 minutes.
He was Jared before the weight loss. That's what I'm guessing.
Maybe. A lot of Jared talk today.
Yeah.
Great man.
You started with fucking Subway. I hate you for that.
Why? It's a fine sandwich.
Fuck him.
I have some topics.
I'll tell you what, we'll never get a Subway sponsor with the way I talk about him.
Well, we might by the way I talk about it. So it's going to be a real tough call for them.
I'll fucking compete. I'll get James Jonathan's.
I will say part of the reason, because they're franchises, part of the reason there's turnover at the high school one, Josh Torres ran a tight ship. Everyone worked there was like, yeah, it fucking sucks. All the stuff he would make him do cleaning wise, but
I'm an artist. That's what I mean. Let me cook.
That was pre-sandwich artist days. They were just workers. Now they're sandwich artists.
I thought they've always been.
I don't know. I don't think so.
My sister worked at one when I was young.
Was that always a thing?
Pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
The cool thing if you know a worker there, especially when you're young, they get to bring the cookies home. Because if not, they throw them out.
Well, yeah, but then they stop making them early. I've noticed.
Yeah, they try. Yeah. But
well, I'm there a lot. Trust me. I know when they stop making
fucking
cookies.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. You were here yesterday.
I want you to take that to your next meeting. You talk about your new problem.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm addicted to Subway.
I'm a meatball guy. You might have seen me in line. I'm borderline famous.
We actually will talk about that more. Not the sandwich. What was I going to say? Oh, gray or gray? EY or AY? How do you spell it? And which is acceptable?
EY is the American way. AY is the Canadian way.
AY is the American way. EY is the British way.
And Canadian. I like the Canadian way more than...
I like EY a lot better.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was from, like, reading growing up, too. Like, you would more commonly see, like, the EY. Like, color, OU.
Yeah, don't the Canadians do that. That's fucked. If we have any Canadian viewers...
British or United States.
No.
Fuck Canada.
But they're closer. And they do
So what? Fuck them. You can say fuck Subway, fuck Canada.
Yeah, fuck the whole...
Fuck
also, every territory up there.
It was interesting because that was one of the ones my boss was like, gray or gray? And I go, like the color? Like, because I didn't hear him, and then I was like, what the fuck else would that have meant? I was like, I'm a fucking idiot. He's like, which one's acceptable? I was like, I think they both are. And he's like, well, if you were writing in a paper, would one of them be marked wrong? I was like, I don't think so. I mean, they're both...
That'd be weird.
Gray. I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's fine. Either way. He also won... Which one do you have? Well, he had an Ohio State one, but you're not a more recent Ohio State... You're a more recent Ohio State fan.
Are you going to talk about the colors of the team?
No.
Okay.
No, just an Ohio State question. Did you have more color talk?
No, let's dive into that.
I was just going through the ones he was asking about. Most painful Ohio State loss, and like most happy after an Ohio State win. What games? And as a more recent fan, what would it be for you?
Most painful was the fucking ball drop against Georgia. That was awful. Missed kick while the ball drops. That was true. That fucking sucked. True. That was.
But in theory, we weren't supposed to be there.
So that sucked.
So worst experience for you was that?
Not fun. Greatest victory. It'd probably be when we beat Oregon Ducks for the national championship. I think that was
classic.
That was amazing.
He was saying beating Bama in the semifinal before that. Just revenge against the South, you know.
Or when we were there, because I've only been to the one game, so that felt pretty fucking good.
That's true. Good. That was a fun game. Which one were we at?
Arkansas State.
Arkansas State, which was still fun. We had good seats and everything. That was a good time. I got sunburnt like a motherfucker.
So did I. It's fucking.
I didn't even think about it.
So much silver in there. The sun's reflecting off everything.
I made fun of for wearing Converse, and he thought I had little socks on. Fuck that kid.
Yeah.
He also said they're nice shoes, but he also made.
He also looked like a freshman. And why was he saying it loud enough for us to hear it?
That's the thing.
I almost felt like fucking putting his head.
That reminds me. Haley goes, every day I was at the mall. She had just gotten done at the gym, and she met Grace. Okay. And they were shopping, and she was like walking because she was sore, and she goes, "This guy who's in like his 20s is like walking behind me weird." And he goes, "You walk like this," and then like imitates it. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on in the world where like that? Where like people
internet
like,
people
just,
getting bold?
That's what I mean. Where they just like making fun of shit out in the wild, like."
If it wasn't
like,
before the game,
if I would have been having a bad day,
if that kid had said shit after the game,
that's what I mean.
I'd have bullied the fuck out of him.
Right.
That's weird.
It's just bizarre. And then when Haley said that, I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, she was at the... No one knows, like, what's going on. Someone's like, what if she had a disease that made her walk like that? You know what I mean? Like, and he's just
what if she has an infection from eating bear meat, like Trechnia?
Sure.
Yeah.
I was just thinking
her stomach's hurting.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. I bet you weren't.
Yeah, no, sure. Not at all. Black Label Bacon.
Fuck that commercial.
We'll get to that. You can play the commercial if you want.
They're not going to see it.
No, but they can hear it. I mean, you get the essence of it.
Sure, fuck it. I'm throwing that whole topic out.
I'm done with it. Some more work shenanigans. One just funny thing today. So we have a new program where you can control things from a computer screen, like a HMI. Mm-hmm. And I'm controlling tanks downstairs and pumping stuff upstairs, but I'm upstairs when I'm doing it. And all of a sudden, my valve closes. And I'm like, what the fuck? I open it. Closes, I open it. And then
somebody's trying to do it at the same time on another screen?
No, they were like freaking out because they didn't know what was going. They didn't know someone was controlling it at all. They thought it was just like turn on their own. So when I'm pumping something, someone hits the emergency stop and shuts it down. And then my boss comes up. He's like, "Oh, you're up here. Are you cleaning something?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, the Lathrop guys are here, and they just shut everything down because they thought like the pump just turned on by itself." Just comical. I'm like, we really need a better system, like maybe a screen.
Well, the Lathrop guys. So those guys, those are contractors. So are they working on
there.
more stuff?
Yeah, okay. They've been there for quite some time.
Yeah.
And then I also want to make a Spartan video game.
Before you get to that,
yes,
this whole new like controlling situation you have, it leads.
Sometimes valves open by themselves too, so that's fun.
Well, it leads me to believe there could be a situation that is worse than when the girl just left the tank to drain. Remember when you told me about that? Somebody left, like they were draining a tank, and then they just left it to drain down a drain or something. You told me a story before about how somebody did that, and then they just they left or they quit.
That's happened. Oh yeah.
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 Now imagine you could do it with multiple tanks with a remote control that people don't like. You could do it from a screen.
Well, I was wondering that because like it is interesting because like this is all new and stuff. So like at first I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy! You can control it from here." And then like we have a programmer off site who's still like contracting doing stuff, and like he can control it from Cincinnati.
Yeah. And
like so, and it happened the other day. We're working on something. All of a sudden, the job pops up for a test batch in a different tank, and it was him. Just in Cincinnati doing...
Just let the man work.
Yeah, let him cook. He's just running a test, and we're all like, what the fuck is going on? Bizarre. People are not a fan of him right now. Oh. He's flooded our hot water tank like 3 times.
Because he can't see it. He's not there.
That's the thing. And it's like... But then they're like, all right, you got to let us know, so then someone can be here and be in contact with you. And first it was like one of his assistant programmers that did it. And then he, like, took over. He's doing it. Happened 2 more times.
You can't blame your assistant anymore.
And then the other day, at midnight, a valve opened. And
the fuck is he
the
drunk and hits
entire DI
the
water
program?
tank upstairs filled into the batch tank downstairs and flooded it out the top and, like, flooded the batch room.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Hopefully it wasn't, like, a dangerous chemical or anything.
No, it was just water. But still,
luckily.
like... Bizarre, like what's going on, and like no one had an answer. It was just like, yeah, it opened. Like there's no.
It's open. Yep.
So maybe Chris is like sabotaging us and then going back into history and deleting it.
Check. Maybe he works for a different chemical company on the side.
He's like, I'm never letting
Look
him
into
off the
that.
ground.
Look into that.
That could be. I can do my video game now.
Yeah. Now you can.
So there's very mundane video games that people like. Like there's like old Facebook games, like the Farmville or whatever it was. I mean, there's one in a chemical plant. Mm-hmm. And the reason I was thinking about this today is it would be like quest because I needed a certain dye. Mm-hmm. I ran out, so your quest would be batching.
Okay.
Then you have to go find the material. Couldn't find it. Find one of my bosses. Ask him. So then it'd be like you gotta find this character, to go find someone who knows to go find the actual thing. So we're doing that, and you get to drive a forklift around. Could be fun.
Okay.
Something to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
But it was also funny because there's random dialogue too because like my boss asked him a question. He's like, I don't know. I was like, I need answers. I was like, that you could have different personalities in it, but it was a situation where I was like, I need answers. I need to know.
Now maybe it's the being raised by a conspiracy theorist father in me, but if we reach a point to where humans don't have to work,
and they play a game where they're working. It's kind of what it boils into.
Like, fuck it. Shit gets done because people like playing this game. And they're really controlling a factory.
It might be what's happening anyway with the valves opening.
Monetary value doesn't matter at this point in the future anyways.
I'm about to
shit
apply
needs to
and
be
see
made.
if I could just work from home. If I could just type into the laptop here and make
You don't even have to. You just... People listen. Now they'll know.
Right. It's true. Jeff. Program shenanigans, the quest, gray or gray. Oh, Andy at work had a funny Aaron Rodgers take. I don't know if he got it from somewhere, but he said, one of them was he said Aaron Rodgers is going to get traded to Jeopardy because he hosted for a while, which I thought was kind of funny. And then he said,
it's a good take.
With all the rumors to the Jets, he's going to go to the Jets for a year, then go to the Vikings, and then be in Wrangler commercials, just like Brett Favre did to end his career. That's pretty good.
That would be amazing.
That's really funny. I could see it. Aaron Rodgers would be a good Wrangler guy.
He looks great in his Canadian tuxedo. Did you see that?
Is that recent? Or are you talking about the Nick... Dude, when he showed up like Nick Cage to training camp, you remember that picture?
Maybe it's the same one. Maybe it wasn't recent.
It was him and Con Air.
But because of it, it makes me want to get a Canadian tuxedo.
I thought Canadian tuxedo was like all denim.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not this. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm showing you.
Okay.
Tell me...
God, he looks bizarre. He looks like Jared after a
Doesn't
weight
he
loss.
look great in denim, though?
He looks weird in that. Like, not bad, but just weird.
I'm thinking he could get some...
He looks frail.
Middle-aged wives to buy Levi Strauss pants for their husbands. Because Aaron Rodgers looks so good in them. Why can't my husband? That's marketing.
That's marketing. Listen, this is a masterclass.
We just did
now.
business right there, baby. And that's free. You didn't have to pay us for it. This time.
You want to do Black Label Bacon?
I fucking didn't want to, but you brought it up twice now. I have to. It's... Just look up Black Label Bacon commercial. There's one that came out like a year ago.
And for the record, I think you're wrong on this one.
It's been upsetting me because it's shown up on every single YouTube video I've watched over the past like 2 weeks. I'm not sure why Big Bacon's marketing to me. I don't even like bacon that much. But it's commercial. Wife comes home from work. They say, you've been bringing home the bacon. Why not enjoy a nice smoky nightcap? They mislead you by showing you bottles of bourbon, which you imagine is like a smoky mixed drink,
right,
as the nightcap. And instead it's her husband cooking her bacon at night.
And that seems to me like just a basic commercial. Slight misdirection, and then it's like, oh yeah, we're talking about bacon, that's funny. Great,
it makes you think of the brand, so it's not bad, but I don't think there's a new market for people eating breakfast at night that often.
I feel like there is, actually. I wasn't even going there,
maybe
but
my third
like
shifters, maybe you guys would come home from work and fucking make a batch of bacon.
6 waffles.
I don't like bacon that much, though, so I'm pretty biased in this situation.
I will say I'm a bacon fan, but I don't like the process of making it at all.
Well,
I just wouldn't.
It's dangerous.
That too. But just in general, I want something easy. Cereal. That's about the extent of the work I'm willing to do. Especially in the morning.
Third shifters, Monster, couple tall boys.
Yeah,
you're going to fucking party.
That's exactly it. All right. I have a Monster, an Eggo waffle, and a Pop-Tart. I'm out of here.
Anything else I can pop in the microwave?
What else you got on that list?
A lot. Speaking of commercials or marketing type things,
you going there?
M&Ms spokes candies.
No. Okay. What?
M&M's spokes candies.
What is the controversy? I saw a lot of people talking about this.
They changed them to be less hot.
What? I'm sorry.
Were they hot?
Were they hot to begin with?
That's what's funny to me. Well, actually, so they got rid of them. They're done with them now.
The porn or the?
They're done with the candies.
Okay.
They changed them recently. Before the green one used to wear go-go boots.
Okay, I do remember that. I don't watch live TV a lot, so I don't even see these. Okay.
Right, they changed them to sneakers. Tucker Carlson lost his shit. Says at some point they're just gonna make candies that nobody wants to hang out and get a drink with.
Who would want to get a drink with an M&M to begin with?
Not my thought. But hey, he's
We're talking about like the Santa Claus commercials, like where they would. Like they accidentally like knocked them out or whatever. Like those candies.
Yeah.
They were hot?
Yep. I guess.
They're sexualizing candy.
The brown one, who was also a female character, used to have stilettos. They changed her to blockier, less attractive heels, according to, again, Tucker Carlson.
Who was complaining about this?
I'm sure there's enough guys. Rule 33, or Rule 43. I'm sure there's
Oh,
enough
yeah,
guys who have masturbated to them. I'm not one who partook in the candy masturbation, and it's not a big deal to me. But
how many people could have been like who would? Yeah, but it's the other side that would have complained about it. Like, who was calling and be like, "Listen, I don't want my child seeing the stiletto M&M."
I wore go-go boots when I conceived little Eddie. You think I want him to see how much of a slut I looked like compared to that green candy?
Yeah. Mom, you have those shoes. One of those things.
Those are in your closet. I'm not sure, but they went with her name's like Maya. She did a lot of like SNL stuff. She's gonna be the new like spokesperson.
Okay.
And
SNL sucks now.
my theory though is if they're really smart, they've now drawn up enough controversy. I've talked about it. I would have never talked about it before. They launch a Super Bowl commercial bringing the candies back and bring them back even sluttier. Give me some real slutty M&Ms.
It's just hardcore porn. An M&M commercial.
Fucking give it to me. I'm ready for it. The world's prepared. It's 2023.
It's like him and Aaron Rodgers in jeans. Just a bulge.
Yeah. So that's the big candy spokesperson.
Even higher heels. Bring it on. Interesting. I did not know any of this was happening.
Yeah, it's
like, I saw like it was trending one day, like M&M candies or whatever. Or
that's part of why I like it. It's because like I don't have Twitter. You do, so you get a lot of Twitter topics and different topics in general, right?
Right.
And we get to mash them together and be like
Subway.
Here's what I fucking seen.
Right.
Yeah.
Saw
Yeah, like Subway. Yeah, I did saw it. You're right. Like the bank robbery I seen.
Oh yeah, talk about that. You saw James was a witness to a murder today.
Not quite.
That's what you said.
That's not what I said.
Okay.
I was just driving in between customers, and in Bettsville, Ohio today, there was an armed bank robbery. I happened to be passing the bank as a bunch of cops were pulling up, and I seen one. I'm like, oh, it's a speed trap. Let me fucking slow down. Let me make sure I'm doing 25. I look to my left. I'm like, holy fuck, there's like 9 cops here. This is a problem. Oh, the whole bank's roped off. And then I realized, yeah, it was that bank robbery that my last customer was just telling me happened. So.
Oh, he had told you about it? I thought you
read
about it
after. He's like,
after.
did you see there's a bank robbery in Bettsville? And I was
then
like,
you accidentally drove
I was
by.
like, oh, that's wild. He doesn't know what other customers I go to, of course. I'm going to the next person, which so is from Fremont to Fostoria. And then I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I passing? I realize I'm in Bettsville, and that's Old Fort Bank, which was robbed.
it was like that, did you watch that Netflix documentary about the bank robber with the neck bomb? Do you think it was like that?
Neck bomb?
You never saw this?
No.
Fuck, what's it called? Look it up.
I seen the picture of a kid, and it looks just like any other 18-year-old who does heroin and decides to rob a bank. I don't think he had a neck bomb.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
you think he's wearing that mask for COVID or the bank robbery?
I don't think he got a lot of fucking money, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I feel like bank robbery
is
not a
smaller
thing anymore.
than it's smaller than a fucking newsstand. It's the smallest bank I've ever seen. They don't hold a lot of money in there.
You think he was planning it for a long time or just like spur of the moment?
I think
because he's in the front door. You know, it's not like he has some elaborate scheme going on.
Yeah, I think he left on foot too.
I can't believe you haven't seen the neck bomb thing.
No,
I forget the name of it. It came out a long time ago.
And I definitely haven't seen it.
This guy, he worked at a pizza place, I think, and they convinced him to wear a neck bomb and go rob a bank.
You keep throwing this word out, neck bomb, like
it's
literally a common term.
No, but it literally was like a padlock with a bomb, like around his neck.
Okay.
And then they put a shirt on it that like said this is a bomb and pointed. It was something like very specific like that. Like the people weren't geniuses that did it, obviously.
Well, they worked at a pizza place.
But the one guy definitely thought he was a genius. No, one guy, the guy worked at the pizza place with the neck bomb. The other ones did not.
Okay.
But they knew him somehow. But yeah, well, it's actually a really funny documentary if you watch it.
You might be able to get a couple sandwich artists.
The guy
does
on
the
blow
next
up.
one. That's
he
awful.
He blows up.
I feel like
he blows up.
I hope the other people went to prison for it.
Yes.
For convincing
definitely.
Yeah.
Well, it was. You just gotta watch it because I'm gonna misquote it. There's one guy who definitely thought he was a genius, like while he was doing
That's
it.
the best kind of genius.
Oh, 100%. And he like spoke French to the police at one point. Like,
oh yeah.
Yo, dude,
throw him
he's
off.
great. And then he like tried to kill himself, but then didn't. And they asked him about it, and he's like, "Oh no, yeah, didn't mean to." It was just bizarre.
Oh,
the whole
sorry.
thing. Yeah, no, the whole thing was crazy. Damn, I cannot remember the name of it. You just gotta look it up.
We'll see.
Something. I think it might have been called like Genius. Something like Genius. Because it wasn't. It was a very ironic name.
Wow.
Fuck, this is pissing me off. Speaking of documentaries, though, what Phil and I were texting about.
Speaking of docking, yeah. That's when you watch documentaries, you fucking
Yeah,
nuts, you weirdos.
Not
talking to them.
Oh, sorry. Don't pick up the phone. This is one Anthony texted me about. He wanted us to talk about. I didn't watch it, or I feel like I watched part of it. Don't even say it. Don't even say it. Don't even say it.
I have to. You want to know why? Because the guy who will never pick up the phone for us to prove that he's real.
He works.
Tells
the guy
you,
works. He's a real person. I'm sick of this.
To watch a documentary called "Don't Pick Up the Phone," or talk about it.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you that one.
All right.
But no.
Next one's gonna be "I'm not in the closet." I swear I'm real. Like, what the fuck, man?
No, but do you know the story, or do you know what we're talking about with that documentary?
No.
Apparently he did it a lot, but there's one I read about, and I think I saw part of the documentary. I don't know if I saw the whole thing. But this guy, like, called, I believe it was a McDonald's.
Good start.
Convinced a manager that one of his employees was, like, robbing them, or had been robbing them for a long time. The guy calling pretended to be from, like, either McDonald's corporate or, like, some sort of security team, whatever.
Big Mac, you'd say?
But this is it was that dumb. Like,
Okay.
And the manager, goes into back office with this, I believe, underage girl. I think she was like 16. And convinced her to, like, he, like, strip searched her. Right. And then he convinced people to, like, sexually assault their employees and stuff. Insane. And, like, in the documentary, I don't know if it's in the documentary or if I read this part, but, like, the guy's fiance also worked at McDonald's. The manager and the, like, co-manager. She, like, went into office multiple times while this girl was, like, undressed or half undressed and didn't say anything.
Jesus Christ.
Like, it's a really fucked up documentary.
That's awful.
Yeah, no, it's bizarre, and apparently the guy did it a lot, and I was reading about the documentary again, because Anthony said that, but I didn't have time to watch it, and it's like...
Did he call the same
they
store
caught him.
or different McDonald's?
Well, that's what people... Because then I was reading Reddit. I was trying to get about as much of information as I could without watching it, because I didn't have time. It sounds like he had to have made, like, hundreds of calls until one hit. Like, he would constantly just be doing this. Because, like, how dumb... You know what I mean? Like, how dumb would you have
Where's
to be?
the payoff? You don't even get to fucking see it.
Well, I have no idea. Like,
it's crazy.
That's what I mean. But it's like, one, people are out there that are sick enough to make that call. Two, there's people dumb enough or whatever to fucking do what he says. But also, I'm sitting there and I'm like, was the manager in on it? You know what I mean? Like, was he part of this? Where
Yeah,
it's
why
like,
would you
oh
go
yeah,
along with that?
I have to do this while he's on the phone, and then
I'm going to lose my super important job at McDonald's if I don't sexually assault this minor.
But I'm pretty sure she was underage.
Jesus Christ.
Again, I don't want to say all the facts wrong, but I also don't care about offending this caller, so it doesn't really matter.
That's true.
But it was really fucked up. I think it's on Netflix, so check that out. Just because it's insane that this happened. Like, that's what we're talking about. Fucked up documentaries, neck bomb, sexual assault over the phone. Like, what the hell? Did you ever watch the Abducted in Plain Sight one that I was texting about too?
No.
That is the king of all fucked up documentaries. Like, literally the most fucked up documentary I've ever seen in my entire life.
Okay.
There's a family, and they had this neighbor. The neighbor's, like, obsessed with this, one of their daughters, who's, like, really underage. I'm pretty sure she's, like, 13, maybe younger at the time, when this first started. Convinces them that he needs to, like, live in their house for a while. Again, I haven't seen this in forever, so I might be misquoting it. He convinces them to let him build a room, wall off their basement so she can have her own room, and then he stays in there with her. He, like, abducts her, convinces her she was kidnapped by aliens, and, like, has to be with him. Like, dude, again, this is what I'm talking about. There are extremely fucked up people out there. And, like,
extremely fucking dumb people, too, to be
that's
manipulated.
what I mean. And it gets even weirder. Like, at one point, he convinces both the mother and the father, separately, of the daughter, convinces both of them to like, have sex with him.
Oh, okay.
So that he can blackmail them, so that they won't say anything. Like, they basically alludes to, they knew that this was going on.
So you'd say he was hotter than Dave Bautista?
That's a tough one, because he can't be in rom-coms. We'll get to that.
Jesus
but
Christ.
No, those are three very fucked up documentaries. The heist one it's fucked up, but that one's more funny. The other two are just completely fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I want you to watch at least one of them. I would say the neck bomb one is like fun in quotes.
I'm gonna be real fucking honest with you.
You don't want to see it be fucked up.
Well, no. I mean, I fucking watched 3guys1hammer when I was like 10.
Oh my god, do you
Sorry to
remember
bring that up to
shit?
any viewers.
No, holy fuck. That's
that
the
was
most
fucked.
No, that's the thing about the early internet.
Yo.
Not early, but you know what I mean.
Wild,
like,
Wild West.
The 3guys1hammer is one of the most fucked up phases I've ever seen.
Well, and then
I
they would
watched it
show up to the
multiple times,
funerals
I
and
just
take
kept
photos
watching it
with
and
the dead
watching it.
person.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, like they just said they want to have a story to tell their grandkids. Completely fucked situation. But yeah, so I'm not worried about getting mentally fucked. That's already happened. I'm going to forget unless if you text it to me and like, or maybe send me a link.
I will.
Because I will forget. I'm telling you right now.
Abducted in plain sight's definitely the most fucked up one. Like, that's the craziest, most fucked up one.
That sounds more like parents wanted to give you up for adoption. It was too late.
No, these parents are that dumb. Like, they are in the documentary getting interviewed. They are that
Jesus
dumb.
Christ.
And then eventually
Did they go to jail too?
And then they let themselves be blackmailed. I don't know. Again, I saw this years ago.
They deserve it.
Yeah. What? Watch it.
They shouldn't be allowed to procreate again at
Fucking
least.
insane. I can't. Oh, dude, I'm thinking about 3guys1hammer. That was one of the most fucked up things.
I don't know if there's a documentary on it, but this reminded me of something else that's fucked up. There is a village, I want to say, in South Africa that the CIA did a psyop on and convinced them there were vampires in the area so they wouldn't go out at night so the CIA could do something specific. And then somewhere else in another village in South
Is this
America,
real or
I believe.
conspiracy talking?
That's real.
Okay.
And then the other one's also real. Somewhere else in South America, it is, they call it like the black market name for it's like Kidney Village or something. There's a lot of people who will go there. These people are so fucking poor that these other people from the black market will go there and have convinced people that they don't need like their kidney or a liver or part of their liver and shit, and they will harvest organs from these people and tell them they're going to pay them and like get them out of this village, and they don't. And it's like the majority of adults in that village don't have a fucking kidney. Like not two of them. Too? Yes. Wow. I'll look it up more.
Oh yeah,
and tell you more. But it's just
ahead.
You talked about some crazy shit, and it's like, yeah, I can
I
fucking
didn't
see it
plan
happening.
to, but now it's kind of gone off the rails. 3guys1hammer though, I literally am not gonna be able to get out of my head for the rest of the podcast. I mean, seriously, that was like paralyzing.
That mentally fucked me up.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I had to show it to other people because.
Well, you have to. You're not gonna be the only one that's fucked up. Yeah, like spread the word.
Like the video of when the car drives and then the zombie pops up. You remember when that went on
I
the internet?
remember that one. Yeah.
Fuck. I probably scarred so many of my friends with that.
My older brother did that to me. I literally like shit myself. I'm pretty sure I like actually shit myself.
They tell you to get close too, and it starts off so calm.
Right, and so I get and then your face is right there. Well, it's not just that. The sound, the fucking loud as shit.
Yeah. Oh man.
Whew. Why'd we do this to ourselves? Because now I'm just like cringing inside.
I don't know. Speaking of other shit from when we were kids, D.A.R.E.
Oh fuck! We didn't even talk about D.A.R.E. yet. Yes.
No. Yeah, you were a member of the program.
I was a card-carrying member of the D.A.R.E. program. Yes.
I handed out cards. I had a shirt. For a short while. I think it ended while I was still in like elementary or maybe middle school. And I have a theory.
Yeah, I remember doing it in 5th and 6th grade.
D.A.R.E. didn't work so well because it taught a bunch of kids.
Hold on, sorry. What year were you saying you think it finished?
I think it ended at least at my school in like middle school or elementary.
Maybe it was a different program, but they're still like...
You're also a couple years older than me.
No, I know, but the D.A.R.E. element was lingering because I feel like I remember watching it in high school. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't, but regardless...
Drug awareness.
Yeah, it didn't work out because it made kids too aware.
Right, and there's stats on that it actually did dramatically fail and led to more drug use.
Right, because now you know I could go home, put a shirt over my axe can, and blast off.
Well, that's the thing is like, if you had never thought about doing drugs, oh yeah, by the way, here they are, and people are going to offer them to you, which hadn't happened.
And you don't have to be an adult.
Right.
You can get them.
And then it was like, oh, you can also get high by doing this, and the list just went on, and I'm sitting there in like 5th grade like, I never thought about drugs, but now computer duster seems like a good idea.
Some good old some good old preteen farm fresh jankum. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. And, like, I never did any of that stuff, but I remember other, like, kids talk about it. I don't know if they did either, but it was dangerous. Like, kids were literally getting ideas. I remember everyone was, like, sniffing Sharpies and thought they were fucking getting high and shit, too.
Yeah. And so now, if I ever end up taking my sales skills to a more legal trade, such as the cartel or some other large drug trading platform.
Do you plan on doing that?
No, not to the government, but hey, $20, $20, you know what I'm saying? Anyways.
$20? That's all it would take for you to sell your soul to the cartel.
But so, if I started doing that, I think my first initiative would be, like, my psyop would be, let's restart the D.A.R.E program. Let's get a bunch of moms and parents on board with it being a great idea to teach our kids about awareness.
They just did it, and like, did they not tell parents what that was, or did parents approve it? Because, like, you know what I mean? It was a wide sweeping program.
It's a fucking investment for the future for the cartel.
It was a huge investment.
Maybe they started it the first time.
And that's what I'm wondering. Like, who decided the D.A.R.E program was a good idea? Well, we need to make them aware of the danger. How about you just made them aware of what they can do? Like,
stop making it sound so fucking fun.
That too. Like, literally, they
bring in like a local heroin addict, right? And show the kids that
scared straight.
Scare them, yeah.
Scared straight would be more effective than the D.A.R.E program ever was.
Yeah, and that kind of ties into. I remember. I don't know if you ever experienced it, but I remember specifically at the the Southwick Mall or Southfield Mall, the mall that was right over there.
Westfield.
What Westfield was it?
South. Fucking go on.
Fuck it! It was a mall. It's torn down. It's Amazon now.
Mall. Yeah. Fuck it. It was a parking lot for a few years.
Yeah, it was. Fucking nice cement jungle gym, I'll tell you what. Good old Derrick Henry football field. But I remember going there, like the only time I remember going there, with my grandparents who were in the force for a while in Toledo.
They had great pretzels there.
Sure they did. I don't remember that part. I just remember that it was common when I was a kid for the state troopers to have a bench set up somewhere, or like local sheriff's office, to have a table set up in malls or in other public spaces, and they would have it as this fun activity for kids to fingerprint themselves.
Sure.
It might give you like a balloon or a sucker.
Or a trip with Jared.
Yeah. Whatever else you could win, a ride in the back of a cop car, whatever you want. But I'm convinced it was just to get us all in the system.
And do you actually believe that?
I do. Now now they could get it easier ways, but again, this technology was not as advanced back then. So
was that part of the D.A.R.E program you're saying? Like, it was a D.A.R.E thing, or was it literally?
No, I just think it's two programs that are fucking weird that we went through as kids. Like, you've seen them too, right? You'd seen.
I vaguely remember that, yeah.
Okay.
And I remember, like, if we did like a field trip, I think once to like
JDC
I think it was a police station, or something, and they wanted people. I didn't do it.
I missed school that day for JDC.
On purpose? Your dad pulled you out?
No, I just fucking skipped school a lot in high school because I was an ass.
You were unattractive like Dave Bautista?
No, because I was too attractive.
Oh.
I had too many rom-coms hit me up, all right? We keep bringing it up. You want to talk about it?
Not yet. We're just going to keep teasing it.
Is that what we're going to do with all our topics today?
Yeah, apparently that's what we've been doing. Did you see, or we talked about pre-show, the Arian Foster thing,
yeah.
The bit.
Yeah.
He was on a Barstool podcast. He's a former running back. He went on there and very straight face. It's a very sober conversation. And he talks about how the NFL is scripted. And he does a great job of it. He's like, yeah, we would get our scripts, and it would say, like, week 4, I have a hamstring injury. And, like, it was hilarious.
What a funny way to say it's scripted.
Like, all
I have
of
an
it,
injury coming.
Right, yeah, and it was great. And then the memes coming out of it were phenomenal, because, like, one of them was, like, what was it? The Adrian Peterson, you remember his controversy?
Slightly.
It was like child abuse.
Yeah.
And it was like Adrian Peterson's kid when he sees the script for the NFL.
Yeah.
And then one was like when Michael Vick's dog sees a script for whatever year. And like people were just going nuts with it.
Yeah.
But what cracked me up was one of the memes were phenomenal. Like absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
One other one that killed me was when Tom Brady saw when he saw Eli Manning at the script reading for the Super Bowl and he lost. But the people that took it serious and were like, oh, this is proof it's rigged, which there wasn't a ton of, but still, the fact that anyone does that, these are the people that are going to be sexually assaulting minors in McDonald's. They're so stupid that they just go with whatever someone says.
Now, I feel like it's rigged for other reasons.
Yes.
That are easier to...
Oh, yeah, Phil wanted to talk about the Bengals game, so I guess we could tie that in right here, because I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. What was the officiating going on in that game, for one? And for two, Osai, if you listen to this, you little fucking shit.
Hey,
How much did they pay you, scumbag, to throw the game for your team?
I don't even look at it that way. I think he just made a mistake, but I think Mahomes sold it a little bit. I mean, he did get pushed. That's the right call.
You know what?
But do you see all the clips?
I'll say this too. Osai, you weren't fucking hurt. You were like your big brother who hurt your little brother. He started crying, so you had to cry too, and that's why you sat on the bench because you didn't want to go to the locker room because your team knew you fucked up.
Like a kid who misses a wide open shot and he's like, my ankle.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
That was him.
What was I gonna say? Oh, but then like the clips of like the holding on that play, which people were saying was egregious, didn't look horrible. The Burrow roughing the passer that didn't get called. I saw
it was like a horse collar.
No, the one. There
was one where he got sacked and the guy grabbed around like his neck pads.
There's that one, but then there's one where he threw it and then like a solid like 3 count later, he gets shoved to the ground. And that one didn't get called.
Normally always called, right?
Right. And again, I don't know. Did you see the ref from that game? Apparently one of his relatives took a huge bet on the Chiefs the night before. It's just feeling the conspiracy. I don't think it's like fully. I'm not going all in. But there were some wild calls.
They fuck up a call and then they call a stop and then they just say let's redo it.
That one was fucked up.
That's fucked.
And my thing is, I get.
Whoever had that on your sports betting app, enjoy your fucking riches, because that's crazy.
On paper, it's the right move because the official was coming. They showed the replay. He's coming from way back, but
it didn't affect the play.
Number one, why is that his call? Like why is he the only one aware of what the fuck's going on? Number two, yeah, they just gave him a redo. Like I've never seen something like that except way back into the Bottlegate game. Have you ever looked that up on YouTube?
No, and I don't want to because I'm a Browns fan. It's gonna fucking hurt me.
They
because I'm sure it didn't go the Browns' way. Like
not at all.
Does.
It was like a catch. They ran another play, and then they were like after for a review, the play before is actually incomplete or something like that. It was, but it reminded me of that because it was like, what are we doing? We're literally just like, no, yeah, that wasn't third down. This is.
Jesus.
It was insane. I'm not going full rigged, but when the relative thing, I was like, yeah, I have some questions.
Biased. It can be biased. Right. Things can be swayed.
Well, did you see the NBA ref? This guy, the Celtics, I believe, were like 30-2 in games he officiated, and then there's a picture of his family in all Celtics jerseys.
I bet they fucking love him.
Like that's what I mean. It's just interesting what's going on.
I bet Uncle Jerry gets all the praise. The goddamn Johnson family reunion. Fuck that guy.
Did you watch that Tim Donaghy documentary? Mm-mm. Back to documentaries, but he was a ref. He went to jail for like shaving point, rigging shit.
Fuck him.
And he said there's a bunch of refs that do this, and he had called this one other official like multiple times before games. No, he's the only one that got in trouble. And in the documentary they talk about how Stern pretty much swept the whole thing under the rug, the commissioner of the NBA.
Jesus Christ.
Just interesting. It's just like I don't want to go full rigged, full conspiracy, but it's hard not to. Like, especially now that there's so much money in the game. Not that there wasn't before, but now it's much more mainstream. There's much more money changing hands.
That's going to lead to more issues, probably more death threats for refs.
Right. Who knows what's going on behind the scenes? I mean, we're just two fucking assholes in Ohio doing a podcast.
Sure we are.
What are we not?
I don't know.
Oh, don't get weird.
Sorry.
That's Phil's role.
Yeah, sorry. He's not here. I'm trying to do it for him. Speaking of weird.
Yes.
Egg prices.
I said no conspiracy. What?
They're awfully fucking high, aren't they?
They are high. You know what else's prices are going up? Subways. Go ahead.
That's fine.
Oh, the farm that burned down?
No. Oh. I didn't even know about that. See, this is funny. You have a different take on it. But the main issue is the avian flu is the worst it's ever been.
I didn't even know that.
That's part of the issue. Yeah. They're not going to tell us. Come on. You think Big Egg's going to tell? They're just driving up the prices, Nick. Maybe the avian flu's fake. I don't know. But if you live close to the border, egg smuggling has went up 300%.
There's egg smuggling now?
300%. And so I'm thinking, okay, if you're getting them
this is your way in.
If you're getting them real fucking cheap or whatever, because they're talking about people coming from like Texas and California down, getting eggs, bringing them back. So I'm like, maybe there's a massive market here. Whatever. It went up 300%. Now, I don't know how many egg smuggling cases they had before.
Where's the black market egg shop? Like, where do you... Okay.
I don't have all the answers.
Okay.
But here's what fucking blew my mind. Boggled my noggin, we'll say.
Okay.
A carton of eggs costs $5.08 in Texas.
Okay.
How much would you fucking drive across the border and buy eggs for? What would be a good price for you?
I don't have an answer for that. I'm not
$3.74.
I'm not a big egg guy.
We're fucking driving across the border for like $1.28. What the fuck? That seems like not true. Enough.
How many eggs are you eating where the margins working on that?
Maybe that's where Schmuckers gets them. Maybe that's where they get their eggs.
Should we call them
and ask them? Ask them if they know about the recent increase in the price of eggs. See what their take on it is.
I might.
They're more of resident experts than we are.
Well, I thought you were going to talk about the poultry farm thing. There was like one of the biggest egg producing farms like had a huge fire and a bunch of chickens died. And people are saying like egg prices and now this. It was kind of like last year, all those meat processing plants were burning.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't want to go full conspiracy, but then I sit here and I'm like, I don't want to be an idiot too.
If this were another country, U.S. would be being blamed for it.
Right.
Yeah. More down south talk. We've talked a lot about down south. Brazil and Argentina.
Yes, eggs.
No.
Oh.
They're trying to make their own joint currency, like the European Union and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like Brexit?
I don't know what they're gonna call it. They're trying to make their own currency, which for Argentina, great. Their president fucking has inflated the shit out of their economy. For Brazil, they just want more control.
You didn't keep talking.
No, you gotta call this one private because you go there.
No, this is Dennys.
Oh, okay.
I don't go to
Yeah,
Dennys.
we don't go there.
They probably blocked my number.
Too busy because of the egg price.
That could be. I want answers. It's not Dennys. I just call random house.
Something. Oh, it's too many rings.
Yep.
They lost our business.
I'm gonna try.
They lost our business. They had a chance to receive an important call and a shout out on a podcast. Now, fuck them. Go somewhere else. Don't go to Dennys. Man, I have a lot of conspiracy
I'm trying one more.
I think I'm fucked. I think I'm mentally fucked.
Well, we knew that. 3 guys, 1 hammer. Like we knew you were mentally fucked.
Dennys 36. How can I help you?
Hi. Do you have just a quick second? I have a question.
All right.
Do you know where you get your eggs supplied from?
We get them from a produce company.
I was just curious with like the rise in prices. Have you guys looked into like smuggling eggs? I saw a report. I just didn't know if Dennys was part of it.
I have no idea. I know they get them from a produce place.
Okay, but you don't know the name of that place?
No.
And no comment on the smuggling?
No.
Okay, fair enough. How's your day going?
All right.
Good. You guys busy?
No.
No? All right. Well, maybe we'll stop in. What's your name, by the way?
She didn't like that.
She's hiding. Smart. She's hiding to smuggling.
Fuck yeah, she is.
This is bullshit. She didn't give up a name. A produce company?
That egg produce company?
You're telling me egg produce company is where you get them from?
El Paso Juan's?
Bullshit.
Huh?
Bullshit.
No. Cancun Egg Adventures? What do we got going on here?
She had no comment on the smuggling.
She just doesn't care enough about her fucking job.
She's not a life for like the Subway charges.
You're right. She's got a high turnover. She's been a serving lady at almost every breakfast establishment.
She's like, is this the person that called Schmuckers? She keeps changing jobs to avoid us.
Fuck!
They found me.
Plus, she won't give her name.
Why? That is weird. She wouldn't give her name. She said they're not busy. They're just hanging out. She kept me on the phone. Won't give her name. What if I was gonna stop in?
Honestly, once you
maybe she thought I was.
I was hoping you were gonna end it. Once you asked her how her day was going, it started to get painful for me to listen in on.
No, but that's fun
that
for
point,
me.
Then I was like, once you asked her name, she's probably like, he's in the fucking parking lot.
Well,
he's
no,
watching
that's
me.
what I was thinking. She's probably like, he's a Fed. we're smuggling these eggs, and he's asking too many
I
questions.
think she was more worried for her personal safety.
Well, she should be.
She was worried her manager was going to strip search her and sexually assault her.
I should have, like, do you have any minors working for you can take in the back?
No. You don't want that on your phone recordings.
Well. Oh, we have an
Oh, my goodness.
intrusion. We'll be all
We
right.
have an intruder.
All right.
Ah.
And they're on the phone.
Well, shit.
No,
So,
hold on. We have more.
we were on football for a second.
Oh, I did want to talk about Ohio State quick.
Yeah, okay, because I have football to follow up after. So
Beautiful.
We'll do that.
We're back on track. After that bizarre call. Her end, not mine.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, she's the fucking weirdo.
She is.
Okay.
Not give her name. I should have started with the name. Make
Maybe.
it more personal. We learned. We've improved. We went from just a hang up to a conversation.
We're getting better.
We are getting better.
We got more for you.
We have more for you. Ohio State hired James Laurinaitis as a grad assistant. He was at Notre Dame. He was a former, I believe, 3-time All-American at Ohio State as a linebacker. Played in NFL for a while. He played actually for Tim Walton, who's one of our secondary coaches now. Going to be huge for recruiting and just in general. He said he was quoted as saying he wants to be the best linebacking coach in the country. And Jim Knowles, our D coordinator, was doing linebacker coach and coordinator. Like, he was doing kind of double duty there.
That's a hell of a call.
That's great to have a guy that can hopefully take that spot. Knowles can focus more on bigger scheme, and they can all kind of work together. So I like that, and it's an Ohio State guy, which I love. Also, you were talking about the transfers. I mean, we got the
Number one cornerback left in the portal.
Right, I believe he was top 10 in general before that. He was a freshman All-American at Ole Miss, SEC, coming up to Ohio. It was between us and Michigan. He picked the good guys. So that's huge. And we also took a safety from Syracuse. Oh, I keep getting this mixed up. Not Clemson, Syracuse. We got a safety from there. So we got some secondary help that we needed.
Oh, yeah.
So all that's going to be great. Got some more depth. Got some high-skill players. Big for Ohio State.
And I'm excited to watch the guys play. And
Well, another big thing is the safety, I believe, has 2 years of eligibility, and he could have 3. And the other guy's here for, he has 3 years of eligibility. So it's not just guys who are here for 1 year. It could hopefully be someone we develop.
right, and it's not like they have to start. This isn't their last
Oh, no,
year.
they'll be started. I mean,
100%?
I think so.
Okay.
If we run 3 safeties, I think the safety's going to start no matter what. If we run 3 corners, the corner's going to for sure start. If we run 2 corners, I think it's going to be a battle between Jordan Hancock, who's on the roster, and
Maybe
then
we
this
swap them
transfer.
in and out for them to stay fresh.
100%. That's just having the options, having versatility, and then having just competition. It's not just like, hey, we're going to hand it to this guy this year, even though he's good. Hey, we just brought in another top guy.
Which
Drive the
seems like
competition.
we need, right? The
Yeah,
guys,
no,
the guys
we
claim practice wasn't as
this
tough, so
off-season
hopefully
needs
inner
to be-
teammate competition can bring the practice heat and make it more deserving and tougher.
This is the most important offseason Ohio State's ever had, in my opinion. There's a lot of talk about the softness, the new staff. This is huge where Day needs to
Imagine
show
hearing that as a
improvements.
coach. Hearing
Right.
that's your reputation.
That's what I mean. And like last year showed better. It was better. But the
I
whole
would-
tenure of Ryan Day is under scrutiny now because he's lost to Michigan twice. Great showing in the in the semifinal, but didn't get there.
I would come out like an alcoholic stepfather and beat kids.
Well, sure.
Let me tell you.
Okay. But that's the thing is like when we watched that game against Georgia, he was fired up. I've never seen him like that. Bring that to the offseason. That's just as important that you have that energy there as during the year.
Yeah, don't save it for the last leg of the sprint, man.
And also, Mickey Mariotti, he's a strength and conditioning coach. He has been since Urban's been there. Did great things, but the last couple of years, I'm like, guys
our
are getting
strength
hurt.
and
Guys are
conditioning.
getting hurt constantly, and very longer injuries than I feel like we used to see with Ohio State. And guys are out for months instead of like a week. And also, yeah, guys are getting bigger in the offseason, but I'm not seeing everyone getting bigger. It's like a few guys. I just want more. I expect more as a fan. I'm a crazy diehard fan. That's what everyone's looking for, is the whole offseason to be as important as the regular season.
Hey, I'm all for it. Let's fucking watch some good football and let's fucking beat Michigan.
Attaboy.
That's all we need.
One other thing, because I just remembered, they did hire another grad assistant as a D-line coach and pass rush specialist. I guess he's trained like 50 active players He trains like Ed Oliver and some of the top guys in the off season, and now he's on our staff.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm thinking potentially Larry Johnson, who's getting older, he moves out and this guy takes over. But I thought that was the plan with the last guy. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen there, but just another improvement. It's another good thing coming in. What was your football topic to tie in?
Jeff Bezos.
Yes.
He owns the Washington Post.
Oh, yeah, you texted me.
He said that he thinks it's the most influential paper and the most influential in our capital, right? So it's super important. Seems like he doesn't want that toy anymore.
He's bored with it?
He started firing reporters. Mainly, most of them were actually like video game reporters, which
Do you
seems...
need that?
Well, and you would think that, but video games are actually a larger industry than the music industry and Hollywood combined. They're larger than the movie and music industry.
Larger in what terms? Money?
The amount of money generated, revenue dumped in.
I guess because it's like accessible to anybody.
Right.
Okay. All right.
So anyways, fires them. Not that big of a deal. But then he is talked about purchasing the Washington Commanders. So he's done with the toy of the paper. Doesn't want to control that anymore. It makes sense. You don't make a lot of fucking money at the Washington Post. Like, it's not a giant profit-generating machine like a football team is.
What does he want to do with the Commanders, you think?
He's just going to own them. He
Right,
just wants it to generate profit. I think he's tired of the Washington Post being a drainer.
Interesting.
So,
I'm just trying to think, because it's not like baseball where an owner can come in, has a lot of money, can throw it around. There's no cap. Like, NFL, it's more... I didn't know if he had said anything.
not that I've seen yet.
There's just rumors that he's going to buy them.
Exactly.
Okay.
But we'll follow up on it if it does happen.
Is there a price for the Commanders right now?
I don't know.
Because I know that those franchises usually sell for like
a fuck ton of money.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. I don't think it matters what the price is if Bezos is interested.
I was just curious, like just off topic.
Yeah.
What that price would be. You see the 29-year-old woman that was caught posing as a high schooler?
No, what the fuck?
I just saw it was just a random story. It reminded me that there's this dude a while back who what?
I just imagine she shows up to a party and is banging high schoolers.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't know what was going on, but apparently she, like, one of the students was close. Like, yeah, she texted us to like hang out and stuff. So apparently something was going on. Where I don't know if that was her motivation. There was a guy who I think he was in like his 30s who went back and tried to play high school basketball, and then I just saw there was a JV coach who posed as a player in a girls basketball game and got caught. Like, what? I don't understand the motivation there.
What the fuck? You gotta win. You want your team to win so bad.
JV, though? Like, what is happening?
Yeah, what the fuck? They just didn't have enough players to make it.
I just want a ball. I
just want the girls to be able to play. They're actually super, like... They had good intentions. Like, one of the girls called off. They're a JV team. They don't have enough girls to play. The coach's like, you know what? I'll fill in so the rest of them get to play. Instead, she probably got canned for it. Now she'll never coach again.
Probably. I mean, that's bizarre in any perspective. Although our baseball coach in high school, Coach Nell, not the same thing, but he would, if your birthday was late enough, like in the summer, he would have us play down so that we would win junior Acme championships.
That's just a man who likes to win.
100%, and it worked because he actually just got into the Ohio Coaches Hall of Fame.
He had big dreams and he fucking achieved them. What a guy.
He really did. So I do want to give a shout out to Coach Nell. Not that he'll hear it, but just.
Maybe he will.
He was one of those old school coaches too, because I got asked the other day. I was like, "Did you like him?" And I know from playing for him and coaching for him, well, some kids had horrible experiences with him. Like, he would weed people out of his program, 100%. But I was like, not when I first played for him, but then afterwards, you appreciate someone that's that hard on you. You know what I mean? Like, it molds you, it shapes you. And he was just a competitive motherfucker. Like, that was all it was he did just want to win.
You think he drinks in Waterville?
I don't know. I don't even know if he lives around here anymore.
It'd be cool to see him, buy him a beer.
That would be cool.
Meet the man who formed you, made you a tough man.
Well, you met my cousin. Yes. That's the biggest influence on me. It was Greg. You'll see him at the wedding too.
Exciting.
It's on his birthday.
The wedding's on his birthday?
Yeah.
On purpose?
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that, and I called him.
He's old enough to where he probably doesn't give a fuck about his birthday anymore anyways.
He goes, "You just made my birthday." Yeah, no, he's excited about it.
Yeah, he has a party. He doesn't even have to throw it.
Exactly.
And open bar.
And
right?
his family will be there? No, yeah, probably. You think I'm in charge of that?
I don't think. Yeah. No.
Nothing with that.
Nope.
See here. I'm winding down on my list. You got anything else you really wanted to get into this episode, or can save it for next episode?
Yeah, because I'm not gonna say it next episode. Ties into me. This one's. Yeah, I guess it's kind of conspiracy. Fuck it. I'll just go out there and say
you are all in today. Okay.
Oh. Yeah, and then I got one more thing I gotta do, but
oh my god,
we'll do this. So the Chinese government has been known to do some shady shit, right? They had a giant ride-share service called D.A.R.E. That's what the app was called. Had 500 million active users. Sorry. Well, D.A.R.E. really wanted to trade on the American stock exchange. The Chinese government warned them, said, "Hey, don't do that. It's a bad idea. Trade on our stock exchange." D.A.R.E. didn't listen. They did it. As soon as they did it, the Chinese government started a 17-month investigation on this company, which meant they were no longer allowed to operate. So the app shut down. And then the company finally pulls out of the American Stock Exchange, goes up on the Beijing Stock Exchange 17 months later.
That's what they were told to do.
Yep. They allow them to reopen the app. At the same time, the Chinese government launches what's called the China Strong Nation app, which is a ride-sharing service app. Right now, it's only for government employees, but they're going to fucking expand it to everybody can use it. I'm positive.
Is this like they thought they were going to have American spies in that company? Or do you think this is more like, all right, we're going to steal your tech while we investigate?
Yeah, they need to be able to control them if they decide, oh, we don't want you having control.
We will launch this to the public if you don't bend a knee.
Yeah. So that's going on there. And then my last thing, I mean, I have more topics, we don't have to do them.
Right.
I did some reviews.
Oh, shit. Yes. Oh, my God. I forgot about them.
Yeah, they're not amazing, but they're funny to me.
Yeah, I see you have a huge list of like 40 of them there. Just do a couple.
Yeah. So I looked at some reviews of some local smoke shops.
Okay.
Just tobacco shops. Figured it'd be a good idea. And they're about what you'd expect. This person, Elizabeth, I won't say her last name, she is mad because I have here numerous time, never had problems before. That's her first line, which is not great English.
Okay. Maybe it's not her first language. Does she say gray or gray?
She doesn't talk about the color here. I wanted to purchase a Juul device, which is pretty pricey at $40, so I should be able to view it in my hand.
Okay.
Mad because the employee won't open said product for her. Then goes down the road, opens product, says pretty much any product in a smoke shop should be able to be viewed or experienced. So you want to fucking open up one cigarette for you to smoke?
No, but in general, what are you going to test them? Put your mouth on it?
She wants to see how it feels in her hand.
Germs. COVID.
Weird.
What are we doing?
Weird as fuck. This one made me laugh. This is actually for the cigar shop that's like right down the street from your house.
Okay.
OMG is how he starts.
Oh my god.
Michael, as he's called, went for an emergency pack of cigarettes. Didn't know that was
emergency
a thing.
pack.
Didn't know that was a thing.
E-pack.
The owner was so rude that I cannot explain.
A man wrote this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's Indian, if that helps.
It does.
He was so nasty, my friends got shocked.
What does that mean?
It's funny to me the fucking way they put this together. I'm so glad a lovely lady took his place and handled the order. She saved my day because his emergency pack of cigarettes was almost fucking ruined.
His life was on the line. He almost didn't get cancer.
However, the gentleman was one of the worst customer experience I had in my life. Won't recommend for an emergency pack. Walk a couple more blocks and be happy.
Hold on. He has to recommend for emergency packs?
Yeah, what the fuck?
How many people have emergencies where they need a pack?
Apparently all of Michael's friends. All right, I'm going to skip that one. This one I think is kind of wholesome, but it's funny as fuck to me. A smoke shop I used to go to, it's called 632s on Main Street. It's in East Side. 632 Main, as cool kids call it. I used to go there, get a grab bag, get a little bong, a little pipe, smoke some, yeah. My boy Ty puts it real simple. He gives them 2 stars still, so he's not being a dick. This good store, but they don't open on time. Fucking, if you're going to post your hours, open on time for my boy Ty. He's there
to be fair, it's a
7 a.m. sharp. And
he needs a Z-Pack.
what?
Dude, I'm still just thrown off by the emergency pack.
And it's right down the road. Like, and he's talking about walk a couple extra blocks. How about you go to any other fucking gas station, you weirdo? But anyways, this one was funny to me. This is like more of a chain. It's Wild Bill's Tobacco. My boy Zach says, I got
1 star.
overcharged by about $100 by the
How?
long-haired workaholic lookalike. That's funny. That's how they describe it.
Oh my god, that's good. How do you
Didn't catch it till the next day.
That's my thing. How do you let yourself be overcharged by $100? It's not like, oh, now that I look at this, I got charged like an extra $10.
Now that when I put my
100?
card in and the screen said 200, I was only supposed to spend
He
100.
thought he was just buying a lighter. He gets charged $200.
Yeah, I don't know. What a fucking idiot. But great that he called the employee the long-haired
That's good.
workaholic lookalike.
That's good.
I bet
I
your
think-
boss knew who he was.
We should go there and talk to the guy.
See if he's still there.
Yeah. That wrap it up for you?
That's all I got. I'll save the rest of the topics for next week.
I was gonna say I was gonna do the sobriety topic.
Oh yeah, I want to hear that one actually.
I won't do the whole thing because we are, I think, way over time compared to normal. But we always say that. So
We always say that.
it is just funny because on the 14th it'll be 8 months sober from everything. And it's just this one dude.
Except Subway.
Except Subway, new addiction. But this guy comes up to me at a event recently, and he had like heard about it, and he goes, "Dude, I'm just so proud of you." He's hammered as he's doing this. He's like, "I'm just so proud of you. You know, it's hard, man, and I'm just so proud of you." And then like 30 seconds later, he comes up and hugs me. So proud of you, just over and over again. And it's just interesting, like seeing the other side.
Now, if
Like
I was
that.
you, that's where I'd crack. I'd start to get a little tinge in my eye the first time, and the second time, I'd be like, you know what? Fucking give me whatever you're drinking. I'm done with
Dude,
this.
it was literally like a 5-minute conversation with just him saying he's proud of me and how he's tried to do it.
Thanks,
And
Dad.
like, yeah, I was like, okay. And then there's this other dude named Ryan who I've talked to you about.
Yep, weird guy.
He always comes up to me whenever I see him, and he's like, "You still on the path? You still on the straight and narrow?"
On God's path,
And I'm
brother.
just like, yeah, man. And then like 5 minutes later, I'll hit like a breeze, and I'm like, "Hey, what is that? What is that?" I'm like, "Nicotine." He's like, "Oh, damn, I thought it was something else." I'm like, "No, because you ask me this every time. Used to be, not anymore." Like,
Also, you're a grown adult.
yes,
Get your own
he's a
fucking
grown
dab
man
pen.
with kids. Do
It's
your own
legal
thing.
across the border. Just
Yeah.
drive up there.
Yeah.
Just smuggle it across the
Go
border.
to one of these smoke shops that's so well reviewed. Get your e-pack.
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck?
It's just really funny to see the different ways that people approach you. Like, once you're on the other side and not part of the party.
They look at you as like you're no longer a subhuman.
Well, I also
Like,
get
oh,
a lot of
shit.
times, like, we were at a wedding once, and I was Haley and I were dancing, and someone's like, "Are you doing, like, you're doing all this while you're sober?" Yeah, living life, yes.
Are you the fucking saddest guy I've ever met?
That's, seriously.
He's like, what's next, Nick? You gonna walk your dog sober?
Right, no,
When you
it
have
was
kids, are
literally
you gonna
like
take
that.
them to the bus stop sober?
And then-
What the fuck?
And then I had another dude who's just like, "Yeah, it's not for me." I was like, being sober?
Man who
Like,
knows who he's about.
Dude,
What he's about.
apparently, like, it's just a bizarre set of circumstances. Because now I'm in these situations where these people are drunk talking to me. And I'm like,
Looking to you for counseling.
Right. Oh, I do get a lot of that now, too. A lot of people reach out. And, like, someone actually reached out the other day, and we had a conversation. I helped him out. But other times, I'm just like, this isn't what you want. You're just doing this. You know, like, it's...
Yep. You don't actually want help.
Right. And it's also ironic that most of the time these are drunk people that are talking to me about it. And also I sit there and I'm like, was this what I looked like? did I used to do this?
Fuck, that was annoying.
Right.
But when everybody's drunk, you're fine with it.
I guess. Yeah, that's the other thing. I do get slightly more annoyed in those situations now.
Yeah.
David Bautista.
Oh yeah, we'll finally talk about it. We teased this man all day.
I found
just like the romcoms.
I found the tweet. Oh shit! I just lost it. Oh, Dave Bautista wonders if he's too unattractive for rom-coms.
Is that quoted?
Yeah. Here's his quote. "I always look in the mirror and I ask myself, am I that unattractive? Is there something that unappealing about me that excludes me from these parts? I still have high hopes. I'll just keep searching." No, you just can't act.
Who the fuck did you tell that to, you weirdo?
That's what I mean. Who's doing this interview? Like, big sensitive guy, I get it, I guess, but
Did you tell your daughter that? What the fuck is going on?
like, why does he want to be in rom-coms?
It's his lifelong dream, apparently.
That's what I mean.
He took a weird path to get there. He's like, you know what? Steroids and wrestling first for me.
Did you see him in Knives Out, the sequel? The Glass Onion?
No, I haven't seen The Glass Onion yet.
No, not a great movie. I mean, it's fine,
Really?
but it's all right. Both of the Knives Out I have issues with, but it was similar to Inside Man, where I'm probably just looking too much into it.
Yeah, you're kind of like when somebody's ex-military and then they watch a gunfighting scene and they're like, that's way too many fucking
That's not
bullets.
what would happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
which I'm not even ex-military and I do that.
He's okay, but it's the same as like John C. You know, they're wrestlers. They're not actors. You know, they're not good at the emotional parts.
You didn't go to fucking
Juilliard?
Yale acting
Yeah.
school. Yeah, Juilliard's much
There you
better. Fuck.
You say Yale acting
Fucked
school?
it up. I don't know shit about college.
I think that's all I got. You have anything else weird in honor of Phil?
No. I'm good.
That was a quick. You thought about it.
Yeah, sort of.
All right. I also recruited about 15 new listeners in this past week.
That's cool. I hope they don't work at McDonald's and you're not gonna fucking sexually assault them.
I don't plan to. I can't speak for them.
You talked about doing it on the phone, so.
Okay. Jesus. All right. We will leave it with that.
Oh, our mural looks like shit.
Oh, a quick update on the mural. We have one full figure done, and that one's supposed to be me.
You call it a fucking figure.
But it's supposed to be me. Do you not think it looks like me?
I'm convinced Nick is finger painting with paint that's not used for finger painting.
Any paint's finger paint if you can put your fingers in it.
Quote it.
Any book is a children's book if the kid can read. It's a Mitch Hedberg joke. I'll leave you with that. All right. This has been the 3 Dot Podcast. We will see you next week.